Hello everyone and welcome back to The Spirits Business with me, Melita Kiley. For today's video, we are going to be talking all things gin. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds of gin brands on the market nowadays, so if you're fairly new to gin, or perhaps you've been a gin fan for a while, but you want to branch out a bit more, the sheer volume of options can make it difficult to know where to start. So I've picked out 5 award-winning gins of all different styles, which I hope will give you some ideas for building your own collection at home. Each bottled featured today has been put through a blind tasting as part of our Global Spirits Masters competition, meaning it has been assessed based purely on the liquid in the bottle without any brand influence whatsoever, and given the seal of approval by a panel of judges, including myself. So first up, we have a lovely gin from an English producer called Silent Pool Distillers. Now, this is their Rose Expression, which retails for about £37. This is made with botanicals including pear, cardamom, lemon, and a rose tea infusion. And so what you get is a really aromatic gin with some floral sweetness, but you also get a little citrus and sweetness from the pear coming through as well. Our next bottle is a London Dry gin. Now, the term London Dry used to refer to the style of the gin, which was traditionally very juniper forward and dry, as the name suggests, but it now refers to the rules and regulations on how it can be made. But it can be made anywhere in the world, not just London. So this London Dry gin is from Brewdog Distilling up in Scotland, and this is their Zealot's Heart gin, which costs about £30 a bottle. What I love about this gin is that when you smell it, the first thing I pick up on are these bright citrus lemon aromas, and then when you drink it, it still has all of those citrusy flavors, but the juniper is really bold and punchy, and there's some spiciness in there as well, and the bottle looks amazing too. If your flavour preference is on the slightly sweeter side, and there's nothing wrong with that, then I would definitely recommend taking a look at Old Tom gins, which are a sweetened style of gin. Now, Hernö Old Tom gin is one of my absolute favourite gins. It's made in Sweden, and as you can see on the bottle, it has a cat's face on the label, which ties into the Old Tom gin story. So this is from the 1800s, when London's gin scene was very hush-hush, and you would look for cat-shaped wall plaques, put a coin in the cat's mouth, and a shot of gin would be dispensed from the cat's paw. So Hernö Old Tom is made with extra meadow sweet, which is added during distillation, and a little sugar at the end, but it still packs in the juniper flavours and has a lovely woody spice and slight floral flavour on the finish. It retails for around £34 to £35 for a 500ml bottle, so it's a little more expensive, but the quality is outstanding. The next style of gin is very different to the ones I've already shown you. This is an oak-aged spice gin from Mallorca Distillery. The gin is made with locally foraged botanicals such as fresh lemon, orange and lime peel, tomato branches and lavender. And once the gin has been made, it is then put into Mallorcan oak barrels that previously contained local wine. And while it's in there, the producers also add some vanilla, cloves and cinnamon to give the gin extra flavour. And what you get from this is a warm, spicy aroma and some citrus coming through from the orange peel. And then the flavour has some vanilla sweetness mixed with baking spices, plus some dryness and fruitiness from those wine barrels. Now, last but by no means least, I've got Never Never Juniper Freak Gin, which is made by an Australian producer called Never Never Distilling, and this retails for around £37 a bottle. Being a Navy strength gin, it does mean it has a higher alcohol volume, so it's 58% ABV, but don't let that put you off, because this is such a flavourful gin. It's quite literally jam-packed full of juniper. So this one is made from the distillery's Triple Juniper gin, which is then blended with a pure juniper distillate, and the result is a gin with big juniper flavours throughout, lovely pine, woody flavours. There's a slight vanilla sweetness in there too to balance everything out, and the flavour just goes on and on and on, and it's just brilliant. So there you have it, 5 award-winning gins that I hope will give you some alternative ideas on how to add to your own collection. If you'd like to learn more about gin and hear about the many other award-winning bottles out there, head over to thespiritsbusiness.com or follow us on social media @spiritsbusiness.